Hello, I'm Evan and welcome to my beginner saxophone journey. This is week 55 and for this week's video I'm going to be playing a song called Folksong. This is a great song for practicing rhythm, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to play it through without the metronome, and then afterwards, if you're interested, you could still stick around and listen to me play it with the metronome. It's going to be at 100 beats per minute, and I don't have this song down, perfectly by any means, but still I think it's ready enough to at least show this, progress that I'm making with it. So without further ado, let me get to it. You'll have to forgive, there's a couple of notes in there that I missed. The interesting thing about this song is it will change. So, for example, it starts with B flat. So every time, you hit a B, it's going to be a flat. It's going to be a B flat or A sharp, same thing. But then once it gets down to like half of the first page, then it changes and the C becomes sharp and the F becomes sharp. So then you play that onto the second page, and then at the final, maybe halfway down on the second page, it flips back to B minor. I'm not exactly sure what that's called, but it's kind of interesting to say the least. And this is also a challenging song because it can be tough to know when to take a breath. It requires a lot of stress on your embouchure, on your lips. They kind of fatigue playing a song like this. It's a lot of high notes. So it can be hard not to pinch, and have your lips fatigue on you. So now I'm going to play it with the backing track at 100, backing track. I don't have a backing track, I wish I did. No, I'm going to play it at 100 beats per minute with the metronome. Also, I think I'm playing a little flat, to be honest. You want the high notes to not be shrill. You don't want them to be sharp, but at the same time, I kind of felt like I was playing a little flat. But it's hard to know. I'm still developing my ear, so we'll see. All right, just bear with me here. Oh, I'm using my phone to record the video, so I guess I won't be able to use the metronome because that's what I use. That's what I use to do the the metronome. I use my phone. I also use that to record, so that wasn't really well thought through. But I think what I'll do is I'll try and just play it through another time, and hopefully maybe I'll hit some of the notes I missed the first time correctly. There's still on that second page, there's a part in there where there's really nowhere to take a breath. Like you just go from like a series of eighth notes to another series of eighth notes. There's really like no pause. So I haven't figured that out where I can take a breath on that. But anyways, it's a cool song, and besides this song, I'm working on a couple of other more jazz songs. So you know, either next week or the week after, I have another of the Greg Fishman songs, which are super cool. The backing tracks are excellent, and it has a lot of jazz rhythm in it, kind of a jazzy sound. I'm really enjoying that. Also, I'm working on, scales. I continue to work on that. Right now, I'm working on C# minor scale. And I'm doing something a little different with my long tones. What I used to do is just watch a tuner and immediately jump into the note as pitch perfect as I could right away. But what I'm trying to do now is not use a tuner, start as quietly as I can up to the loudest for 8 beats, and then count down back to 0 for another 8 beats. So obviously that requires a metronome. I set my metronome for 75 beats per minute, and when that first click happens, I try to get out the note as quietly as possible and then gradually raise my volume to the climax at 8 and then back down. It's extremely difficult. I will say, right now I'm playing notes in the middle of the horn, C natural, B natural. There's no way I would be able to do this on any of the low notes, especially, or maybe like high G sharp. G sharp would be really challenging. Even G with the octave on, if I don't punch that note, it seems like it just comes out in a shrill. So I am doing this. I'm not going to do it every single day, but it is something I want to incorporate into my long tone exercise, just because a lot of people who have been playing professionally, playing for a long time, they recommend it, and sometimes, things that really impact you and make the most difference are difficult. So I don't want to cheat myself just because I don't like it. I only do 10 minutes of it per practice doing it, so I can suffer through 10 minutes, right? Anyways, that's enough out of me. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day.